Sup, my name is Reed for the TheYugiohCouncil, and it's time for Tech Tuesday! Now, if you don't know what Tech Tuesday is, well, sit back, relax, and I'm going to explain it real quick. Basically, every Tuesday we run down a card or multiple cards that we feel it should be teched in or could be used in the future, and you should give two shits about it because we're usually right. So, this week on Tech Tuesday, we're talking about two things, again, like last week. The first one's going to be shared ride, or something along those lines. I don't fully remember the proper name, so we're going to come back to it. And the other one is double Cyclone. Now, the reason we're going to end up talking about double Cyclone, why I look up the name of Riding Together, I believe it is. But the reason we're going to talk about double Cyclone here is because of the fact it was used at the YCS and it was used in an interesting way. And I kind of want to go into an analysis about like how it is, how it is. It is shared ride. I was right. Okay, it is shared ride. So we'll start with shared ride, then we'll go with double Cyclone because that's just how I like to do things. So I'm reading this off my computer when my computer renders. Shared ride states after this card resolves, each time your opponent adds a card or cards from their deck or graveyard to their hands this turn, except by drawing them, you can immediately draw one card. You can only activate one of these per turn. So pretty much this is like Max C. Now, you could set it on your board because it should be in front of you. You should be able to see that. It's a quick spell, it's a quick spell card. Now, you can use this in conjunction with something like Quick Booster, and Quick Booster can let this face down for you so you can use it. Quick Booster is something no one ever uses. That they probably should, but sharing ride, it has the potential to become the next Max C. And when I say become the next Max C, what I am talking about is simple. Max C was looked at crap. No one wanted it. And then overnight, went from a $15, $20 card to around, I think, 80, close to 100 a piece. So this is what we're looking at now. But this actually has two prints. It has the original print and it has the reprint for the Megatons. So that's something to keep in mind. So if any time this sounds good to you, you can probably get these for like $1. Go pick them up. A lot of decks are starting to search, and last week we talked about mistake, stop searches, but what happens when you can't stop the search? What happens when traps on an MST are too potent? Shared ride comes in, you get to draw your ass off and basically do what you do with Max C. What happens when time comes that your opponent starts playing Exodia? You play Share Ride and laugh at him, and then drop Troll Lockbird, which no one plays anymore either. You see how that works? Or you can use Share Ride against something like Spellbooks, Shaddolls, Satellites, Go Plus, get stuff that could lead to an out to those decks. Use it against Quillhoffs, Quilltools, Clip Papers. Get some clip papers. You can use it against those kinds of decks. And then you can go and go plus off it. You can use it against Firefest. You can use it against Dragon Princess Ritual. Believe it or not, you can, because it adds shit from the deck to the hand. It's going to add it from the graveyard to the hand. That card trooper, not the card trooper, sorry. That preparation of rights allows them to add a card from the deck and add a card from their deck and add a card from their graveyard, and then you get to go +2 off that one card. So think about it this way. You can basically slow your opponent down by playing Shared Ride because they wouldn't want to give you massive hand advantage unless they were going to 100% be able to OTK you and know that Gorz is not in your deck or Tragodia or some sort of counter that's going to literally shit all over what they're doing. That's something to take in mind when looking at something like Shared Ride, where people will just disregard it, where you can actually find good potential in it that you may want to use it. And I think we can all agree on this one. All it takes is one YCS, one big event, one ARG, one regionals for something to explode all over the place and just become hype train status. And that's what we're looking at here, that this has the potential with Mistake to do the same thing. So if it sounds interesting to you, eBay it, get it now. We're going to go talk about Double Cyclone right now. Double Cyclone was used at the YCS over this past weekend. I believe it was in Canada. And the reason it was used is actually a little peculiar. I'll be the first one to admit, I've never really been a big fan of Double Cyclone outside of artifacts. But the way this was used is actually pretty hilarious. They go, Shadow player goes Shadow Fusion, player B flips up Vanity's Emptiness, Shadow player plays Double Cyclone, targeting Shadow Fusion and targeting the Vanity's Emptiness. So not only do you still get your Fusion on board, but you stop the Vanity's Emptiness that is going around being so popular right about now. Holy shit, that's actually pretty good. Now, I'm not going to sit here and hype train it to the moon. I'm going to talk about the pros and negatives about this whole thing. Negatives is top decking. No negative is, but then again, we're talking about Shadows here using it. So in that example, that's actually a bad example because the way Shadows plus, unless you can get off their, get them to stop plussing, just Shadow and Crazy Mirror. I always like it better, but then Double Cyclone comes in and fucks shit up now. So wonderful. Moving on though. So in that sense, that Double Cyclone can be a negative. We already know some of the positive, but the negative is it could be MST if it's face down, but most of the time you're going to use this to go against Vanity's Emptiness from that example. That's only one example. Sometimes you will need another card. MST still works better. Still outshined by MST. Still Trap Stun. This is faster than Trap Stun. This is can be played in conjunction with MST and can be played in conjunction with the rest of your spell and trap, so you can basically shut off your own Vanity's Emptiness and then go after your opponent's back row, especially like a maniac, and win. There's that too. That moment you want to make an exceed play and your opponent plays Vanity's Emptiness, it's okay to give up the one, and while it's a Double Cyclone, it's going to be amazing for that reason alone. Now, I'm not one that is going to sit here and say it deserves a price tag of $6 if it gets to that point. That's just overhyped. It's a good card. But the reason we're talking about on Tech Tuesday, just like I said, Shared Ride is really good. Doesn't have a lot of attention right now. Double Cyclone's getting a little bit too much attention, and I just want to put my 2 cents into it kind of thing, because it's on everyone's mind. And I want everyone to know who's following this channel that we're still monitoring the YCSs and things like that, and we're actually preparing for a live stream prior to the launch of this video. Hooray! So one thing I want you to keep in your mind is with Double Cyclone. Can it benefit your deck? Will it hurt your deck more than it will help your deck? Do you have enough back row to run it? If the answer to all 3 of those is yes, then maybe you should consider using it. Can you plus off it? Can you go negative off it? If it's a plus, then use it. If it's negative, don't use it. Just because a pro player or someone who topped the YCS, it was tech out of the ass, just like Book of Moon was tech out of the ass, then you have to remember that in the same way that they were using Book of Moon to get back off them bottomless and shit, then Book of Moon is still okay of a card at 1. Keep in mind I said at 1, at 3 it becomes extremely good. But Double Cyclone, I'm not going to lie, it's an amazing card. As long as you can chain something off of it, it's going to be amazing. If you're playing something like Torrential Tribute, you can flip up the Double Cyclone, hit the Torrential Tribute that you're using, hit the back row, Torrential Tribute will still go off, you get rid of the monsters in one back row. It's pretty good. Pretty good, not bad. Not amazing, pretty good. It's my consensus on it. But anyway, I have a live stream to prepare for, so I'm going to be doing something very interesting with the live stream, hopefully today, if we get it going. There'll be the video prior for that. If you missed the live stream or any live streams that we do on Tuesdays, don't sweat it. We're going to be finally sitting down and figuring out how to transfer it from Mikey's end to my end. So we're going to finally put the details into that, and you'll have highlight clips of it, and that will be joining the roster of videos that we're doing. Now, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because we upload daily, 2 times a day, weekends 1, If we don't upload, that means we are working heavily in the back, making great content for you, or at least attempting to. Because we attempt. Finally, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit it with a like button. Let me know what you think of these two cards down in the comments below, and what else you want to see on Tech Tuesday, and what we have yet to feature on Tech Tuesday, because it's always next week on Tech Tuesday. I'm ready for the Year Council. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace!